These are truly strange times we are living in, my dear sinners. For every episode of The Acolyte, we are seen to be being punished by a guilt trip-driven episode of nostalgia and race-baiting crybaby politics and meandering. But once in a while, Mr. Sinister gets a golden nugget. And no other golden nugget gives me more joy than Hot D. As much as joy as a fat man enjoying his 19th cup of noodles. And about as much as I need Sister Teresa after this look she gives me after a Sunday confession. Oh, but my dear sinners, before we jump into the meat and potatoes of this episode, we've got some things we gotta talk on. But first, a word from our sponsors. Yes, even in hell they happen. My dear sinners, Mr. Sinister has now partnered with Payless Tattoo Numbing Cream, the phenomenal company that I've been using personally, and so is Thanos, to get those stones for the past 2 years now. My artwork on my body is a beautiful representation of me, my life, my stories. I will have nothing shorter than the best work possible on my body, and I will use the best products possible to enhance my colors and keep these tattoos on as long as possible. Use code Mr. Sinister at checkout. Check the link in the description for your savings. Let's have some Byron. We're going to go back a little bit, my dear sirs, and we're just going to recap. We start off with Matt Damon Targaryen, who is going to be meeting his past, current, future, however you want to look at it, wife, Milla Walcott, who does come back for a brief little cameo. And I got to say, this is where Matt Damon Targaryen is starting to see and understanding the different aspects of his life. Good, bad, who knows yet. But he also gets a little chappy with her because she decides to play the fuck around game. So now she's going to find out, hey, that's what happens when you're playing these games in this world. You die. Oh, but you sinners want to talk about the battle at the end more. Well, just wait. We're getting there. Patience. And if you couldn't recall things more enough, the morning after drink, which Allison Hightower is having to use, such as Milla Walcott's character did, she's keeping her legs open more than a Kardashian at an NBA game. This has been used before on various characters, and even so, like this young woman here, back when King Aemon had a chance, Mama Jutes had to swallow her pride. Well, if she did that, she wouldn't be in this issue now, would she? Going back to the basic pretenses where we have Sir Criston Cole, the finger of the queen, is now going back to show his power of what he has until he gets spit on.
Dude, spit on that thing!
Sir Criston Cole now has to show his power by wanting everyone to show their dominance and pledge themselves to King Aemon. This is how he's going to feel like he's the best way, but clearly evidence has shown us otherwise, that this dude's just a dick. If things weren't coming ahead to enough, my dear sinners, King Aegon himself has decided to go nuts to butts, clap the cheeks, and hit the streets, gearing up on his dragon Sunfire, which I don't know who the hell names their My Little Pony dragon Sunfire, but you know what's going to happen if your name's Sun. Well, as King Daddy Issues decides he wants to roll into battle, this is what we have been waiting for. Rhaenys and Meleys are now in battle, but oh no, they are not alone. Vhagar is creeping like Creature Commando in the woods. Before we even get back to Vhagar, my dear sinners, look at this. Meleys just carves open Sunfire like a fucking turkey. This is the action that we have been waiting for. Some hot D, my dear sinners. And when the blood spoils, it goes down like smoke. Literally. Look at this shit. This is television. This is beautiful. Even though Aemon was able to disclose a 500-foot fucking dragon in the middle of the woods, he saw an opportunity to take down Sunfire. And now the war is still far from over. Princess Rhaenys is not done. She's like, nah, fuck this. Mama wants some more hot D action. And takes on Vhagar by herself. And we all know how that's going to go. The battles are far from over, even on this episode, with the falling of Meleys and Princess Rhaenys. She is down. She is out. And the war for the Westeros world continues. Finger of the Queen now sees the damage done by seeing his comrades burnt to nothing more than mere pieces of ash. The War of Dragons only leads in death and destruction. There can be no clear victors unless they really need them, but the violence and damage is unrepairable. But we don't care about that, my dear sinners. No, we heathens love this shit. Prince Aemon looks over the carcass of a burnt Sunfire and looking at his deceased brother's blade. After this fight they had earlier, one might even find out if he's even still dead or alive at this point. But if you fall 500 feet and you have a fucking dragon fall on you, I think it's pretty fair to say you're gonna die. So much death, violence, and destruction at the hands of dragons. Just ask this little one right here. Ah, the bite. The bite that we've all seen Vagar do before. It's amazing how such a massive female dragon can even be that goddamn sneaky. You sneaky girl, you. Are they going to have this king dead? What are they going to do next, my dear sinners? Mr. Sinister's ready for it all, and I'm taking you little heathens along with me. Thank you, as always, for watching me on these episodes and these little adventures. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Sinister is going to have to go back to the Acolyte and review all that bullshit. But until this time comes, my sinners, we are here for the Dance of the Dragons and the Hot D. Until we meet again.